Yes, Poison was very much a film that came out of the cultural moment of the the end of the 90s, the end of the 80s, beginning of the 90s, and the AIDS era. And it was a kind of film of revolt in some ways against a lot of the sense of culpability that the gay community was accepting or taking on in the light of that crisis. It's a film that's, and in my way, it was a film I turned to the work and the sort of guidance of Jean Genet, who was a obviously influential, poetic, visionary figure for whom some his ideas and his radical perspective and affirmation of transgression was a beacon, was a way of sort of trying to figure out this complicated time. The film really was an elegy even then, because so many people were dying so quickly. But it became a film that really, remarkably, because it's an experimental narrative film in every sense of the word, you know, found an audience and found a kind of meaning at the time. And looking back today, as film and narrative film have changed a great deal, this sticks out to me as something pretty unusual. And but strangely, there was a lot of untimely deaths that followed the making of Poison, people who were involved in the film themselves, and not all related to AIDS itself. So I watch it now. It's a very profound experience to watch it, given that fact. So I just want to mention some of them. Jessica Haston was our costume designer. James Benning, the composer of the film, Larry Maxwell, who stars in the black and white horror section of the film, all passed away way too young. And the person who I was closest to, who stars in the film and was my co-editor, James Lyons, and who cut all of my films with me years after, all the way through Far From Heaven, finally lost his struggle against HIV in 2006. And so I want to dedicate this to Jim. He was here with me. He was here with me in Locarno when we first came. I miss him. It's great.